Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the very first podcast of Let's Talk to Heal, Evolve, and Shine. I'm so excited to embark on this journey with you all, exploring stories of growth and transformation. Today, we have a truly inspiring guest who embodies the spirit of evolution in every sense. Please join me in welcoming Anubhuti, an IITN turned healer. Anubhuti has taken an incredible journey from the world of technology to the realm of wellness. Her unique perspective on healing and personal growth is sure to illuminate our paths today. Anubhuti, it's such a pleasure to have you here. Your transition from the rigorous world of engineering to the more intuitive space of healing is fascinating. What inspired you to take this leap?
Thank you so much, Yoga. I'm so honored to share this space with you and to talk about everything. So, I was always interested in psychology, but as fate would have it, I became an engineer and I was doing pretty well. So, as you said that I'm a master's from IIT Roorkee, and then I was working with the UN at that time, but the project got over, and I didn't get anything what that's worthy of me at that time. And I was super confident that, I can get anything. I've done so much and I've studied and I've had a particular niche. But that didn't happen. So all of a sudden, I found myself in such a dark space that people are doing things, they are progressing, they are prospering, and I'm not. And this happened after my marriage, though I don't blame it now. But it just happened that I connected with that particular incident. And I was hopeless. I was resentful, everything. And, there was so much anger around everything that why can't I do? I deserve it. But I'm not again able to do it. There are so many roadblocks. Like there was one roadblock after the other, and I was not able to come out of it. And all I could feel, yes, I felt envy towards those people, but hopelessness within me. That why can't I do it? Why am I not getting those breakthroughs? I was lonely. I was ashamed of myself. And when people would come, like especially my cousins, that Didi, we are so proud of you, the way you've done it, and you've achieved it all by yourself. I would be like, no, that was somebody else. Like I didn't say it, but I would feel like, no, that was somebody else. It's not me. I couldn't even take a compliment. I was in such a dark space at that time that I was like, as if like my life is over because
Yeah.
I'm not working. So
When
the
you say
constant
this, it resonates with a lot of women, that too educated women, and especially after marriage, and that too when they have kids, their stories like exactly the same. Yeah,
yes. So I know I was the victim. I felt that, everything is happening to me. I can't come out of it. And when I would see people who are doing one project after the other, they're going abroad, and I'm sitting at home. So that was a huge blow to my ego also. And I was like, no, how can this happen to me?
yeah,
And my constant thing was, I just want to be somebody. I'll die if I won't work. This is not me. Like, just being a housewife is not my identity. I could not relate to it. And I know many people who are happy doing that, and I'm happy for
yeah.
them.
Mm,
But I wasn't happy. And on the surface, yes, I was doing everything that I was supposed to do. But deep inside, I wanted more. And I didn't settle down. Like, I was always restless that I want something more. I want to do something. I'll die if I won't make a name of my own.
yeah,
So that was the driving force. And yes, when I started that, okay, I'm done with what is happening now.
mm,
I can't stay like this. And I started taking baby steps. And at that moment, I didn't know where it will lead me to. But I just wasn't okay being the poor person. Like I was like, poor me.
Hmm.
I was the Bichari, I was the victim.
Yeah.
And I wanted to change that light, the way I saw myself.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, and I can't wait to dive deeper into the journey and explore how you embrace both sides of your passion. So let's get started. And can you share your story with us? Like from being a topper and the transition to a housewife and mother and now a healer. What were some of the struggles you faced after stepping away from your career? Like when you were like out of the UN, and how did you manage to handle those emotions and navigate through?
Oh, it's a very beautiful question. And emotions have been a big part of my life at that time. And I have learned to embrace them. But at that time, there was a lot of rage. I would be
Mm,
so angry at everything. And now looking back, maybe it was over exaggerated, but that is what I needed also.
yeah,
I would shout at people. I I would be, I would cry. I would cry myself to sleep.
anger kept
And
you going, right? Anger kept you
yes, yes,
alive.
in the long, yes, my anger kept me alive, and that feeling that I have to be somebody. I have to be somebody. I can't stay like this. That I want some labels beyond a label of a
Mm,
housewife.
yeah,
That's not just, I mean, like, I'm not just a housewife. And those emotions that you rightly said, all those resentment, jealousy, anger, hopelessness, and there would be time when, those shouting and crying, those are the things that are coming out so strongly. And now I actually say that because I gave time to that,
mm,
I
yeah,
let those emotions come out. I didn't suppress them. And that is what I would want to say to people who are listening, that if you have an emotion, feel it fully and process it in a healthy way. Like anger
mm,
does not mean that you go and hit a person, but you can hit a pillow.
yeah,
You can throw pillows, go to a room, close the room, throw pillows. And if you have some things like, non breakable things, so throw them around, show your anger. You can scream in a room,
mm,
process that anger. I did that. I cried myself to sleep. And crying is actually a release.
yeah, somatically.
Right. Yes, it is a beautiful release. And do that. I have a daughter.
When you say cry, it's like I used to be a crybaby, both in college and school, and now I realize that that also kept me alive. Was there any specific moment or any experience that made you realize you wanted to explore healing?
Oh, as I said earlier, that psychology has been my interest. So I
Hmm.
actually took up master's in psychology. I did one of the courses from psychology from Oxford University also. So
Hmm.
actually, as I said, I was taking baby steps towards it, but there was no end point at that time while I was going through it. I would actually question myself, what am I doing? I would be up till night, 2 a.m. I'll be studying because during the day I had different responsibilities. And then
Yeah.
I again, actually, it was not a clear cut division that
Hmm.
once I was a victim and then I was not.
Yeah.
Because in the morning I would say, see, I am waking up till 2 a.m. to study. I'm again the victim. So, the healing actually, like my own journey, and I'm sure everybody's journey is never a straight graph
Exactly.
upwards. It's always going up, then
It
falling
is a
down,
curve,
and
like
going
up and
up.
down.
Yes, so up and down, and you don't know. Maybe there'll be 10 downs and then one strong up, or maybe two, three strong ups and then a big down.
Also, that
So
down, and that is like very needed for you to move back and bounce back to the highest level which you
exactly.
want to achieve. Yeah, true.
One thing that I've realized is that okay, I have resolved one part, and
Mm.
then again, after some time, it has come back in a stronger way as a
Mm.
negative thing because there were some areas that still needed a resolution.
Mm.
So the earlier question, what that was, is that I was still taking those steps, and yes, For some time, I would just not do anything. I would sulk and maybe, watch Netflix or just crib about it. Just crib, not taking actions. But then I didn't give up on myself. Maybe 4, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, I was in the cribbing mode. Then again, that small baby step started.
Constantly, one thing I can understand here is like you chose yourself over and over again.
Over
This
and
is, yeah, this is something very important for the viewers and also for me to take this point to choose yourself.
add something here
Hmm.
that if there's someone who's just listening here and they are in a darker space and they don't know what to do,
Hmm.
start with a why. I'll
Asking
just
lots of
explain.
questions, right?
Yes, asking yourself the questions that why do you want to do anything other than that you are not doing today? Like at
Yeah.
that moment, I had a label of a housewife. I was
Hmm.
just somebody's wife,
Hmm.
right? So I knew that I deserve more. I am somebody who's smart, talented, and who has a lot of ideas.
Hmm.
And I wanted to change people's life. I wanted to impact them. In fact, this is what's written over here also, that I want to connect to myself and also take that and help people
Yeah.
in a way that they are living a better life. So you can actually start asking yourself the questions that why are you not happy here and where would you be a happier you? And why do you want to be there?
Anubhuti, tell me, how has the process of healing helped you rediscover yourself beyond the labels of topper, engineer, or housewife, even mother,
It, yeah,
right?
yeah, yes, right. It's a beautiful question, and I won't say that I have reached an endpoint. It's a journey right
It's
now.
always a journey, yeah,
It's always a journey, right?
yeah.
Yes, Yoga. It was, again, the way that people would say that, you are at home, and the patriarchal mindset of the society, it's so deep ingrained, even in the girls,
Rightly
that to
said,
come out
rightly
of
said.
it, yes, even to come out of it, that, okay, I can dream. I can have a dream beyond that.
Hmm.
Okay, I can go beyond these four walls
Yeah.
and those labels. So again, that involved a lot of constant questioning
Hmm.
and that grit and determination that no, it's possible. If everybody, so what happened? I'll tell you a very interesting change in perspective. Like earlier, I would say that those people are having it, and I was the victim. I didn't have that.
Hmm.
I didn't have dash, whatever, and it was majorly in the career areas. Okay, then I started changing my statements. If they can have it, why can't I?
It's an
And that
awesome,
was
like,
such a
pivoting statement. Yeah.
yes.
To immediately
So
shift your
change your
thoughts.
statement. Okay, frankly, it was not an immediate one. Now I can say it was an immediate, but then,
Hmm.
to bring myself from that victim area to being my own rescuer, that this does not define me.
Hmm.
I am not just a housewife. Yes, I am a housewife. I cannot deny that fact. Yes, I'm a mother. I cannot deny that. But I can add labels to myself.
Yeah,
And then a
exactly.
lot of, I added a lot of affirmations. And, there's so many people around who can motivate you. And I
Hmm.
actually use them. I use them, okay, to motivate
Embodying,
myself.
yeah, embodying people who
Yes,
have already reached the level which we desire.
exactly. So initially it was jealousy, envy,
And yeah,
and that turned into, yes, I was envious of people who were making progress, especially ladies. And then that turned into inspiration. That,
yeah,
okay, if she can do it, I can. I have
that's,
everything.
I would pause you here and I want you to give some gold again. Like, how did you manage to transit this envy to inspiration?
As I said earlier, I could not even take a compliment. I could not even see that Anubhuti who had accomplished everything. Those things, like I
Mm,
have so many medals and certificates that I have a big bunch. I was a topper, and in any of the extracurriculars. I was always there. But then I'd lost all the confidence in myself. I'd lost all the hopes. But that driving force was that I want to be somebody.
Hmm.
And then asking the questions again, I'll connect to what I've said till now because
Hmm.
those steps only. And then actually, yoga, I think once you start taking steps, no, like God helps them, those who help themselves. So I
Yeah,
started helping
true.
myself. Yes,
Towards.
in this point, what happened was, even if there were some days that I was like, physically, mentally, emotionally not in a state to do anything, I stayed with those emotions. And then I started again.
Hmm.
And then again, that questioning, why am I doing whatever I'm doing? I'm staying up till late and then I'm starting again in the morning. Why? And that conscious choice that this bitter, resentful person is not me,
Hmm.
who shouts at every moment is not me. I used to remember how happy and chirpy I was, and I wanted to be that person again. I wanted to be that person again who sees herself in a beautiful light, who sees, who is in love with self. So things started opening
I
up.
can see
Yeah.
something beautiful here is like even if you're broken, you are ready to pick your own pieces, right? It's so
Yes.
beautiful. Yeah. Can you share any particular technique or any practice that had significant impact on you, like for this transition, the gradual
For
one,
this, a gradual one, I would say start with affirmations. Like I did. I
affirmations?
did a lot of affirmations, and
Mm,
also my affirmations changed with time.
mm,
Again, like what do I need right now? What do I don't have right now?
mm,
So I started with those, and I used internet like anything. I would read books and podcasts and things. And actually, I would take something from them and incorporate it. And if it
yeah.
showed me some results, so affirmations is one thing that stayed with me. You asked one thing. So
Mm,
affirmations is one thing that stayed with me. And I was always like, at this point, what am I lacking? What do I want? And I would just do it. And frankly, when I started doing it, again, that imposter thing came in. And I'm not
mm.
this person. I'm not this. But I did it continuously. Even if I was doubting myself, I just did it. And things started changing. And this is
Chose yourself and you pivoted your negative thought to positive ones and then you practice affirmation. Plus, the major thing is like you took action every day, every moment for you, right? So, how was it for you shifting from victimhood? Because many women feel stuck or play the victim role in their life situations. What advice would you give to them based on your own journey? How did you shift your mindset from feeling powerless to reclaiming your strength?
I'll tell you, being a victim is the easiest thing you can do.
Mm,
There is a Karpman triangle of victimhood. Okay.
mm,
And it says there are three kinds of people. Whenever there is a victim, there's always a perpetrator.
mm,
Okay, the victim. And there's always a rescuer, a person who says, like, victim is this person who says, poor me. Oh, I'm the bichari one. Poor me. Then perpetrator is the one who makes you either feel guilty or makes you feel small,
yeah,
or the perpetrator is the one who's more powerful than you at that moment. Then there's a rescuer who says that let me help you. So I was here, and this victim is the helpless one,
mm,
and being in the role of the victim is the easiest one.
yeah. What you said is
And
like
also,
true. Being
yes,
in the role of a victim is easier than like coming out of it. So most of us they are unable to come out of this victimhood because they are like feeling comfortable. Rather taking
exactly.
action, they are comfortable in their pain. So you have to understand
Yoga,
something like this pain is not good, right?
what you have said is very beautiful, that there is comfort in it. Let us take
Mm,
this word. This
mm,
comfort word is what is making you stay with it.
Exactly.
As I said, I was not comfortable being the victim at one point. I said, "Nahi, it's done.
Mm.
I want to change." And also, when I was the victim, things were happening to me. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have the means, I don't have the resources, I don't have the connections, or whatever, XYZ. You can fill in what you don't have. But then I
Mm.
said, I have something, no?
Yeah.
And I started taking those things that I can read books, that I
Mm.
can go on internet and find out how other people did it. And let me tell you,
Mm.
at one point of time, in the victimhood, everybody,
Mm. Mm.
so there's a lot of every victim says that I'm the only one who's the victim. But
Mm.
that's not true. There's so many people who are in the same situation as yours. And
Yeah.
there are so many people who have come out of this situation. The same situation that you are in, they were also there and they came out of it. And now they're doing what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
So making that choice. So you asked me about how that journey was. The journey was really difficult and lonely.
Yeah, when you are alone, you really do things in a very good manner rather
Mhm.
being in a group. So, if you are alone, then people have to understand that there is something good to happen, there is
Yeah.
something for them to achieve. Their path is clear right now to move forward. So, it is for all the women who's feeling lonely. Now, your path is
Right.
open for you to
Open.
move
And
forward. Yeah.
I want to tell everybody that you might think that you are the only person who's going through it. But let me tell you
Mm.
on record, there are so many people who are in the exact same situation.
Yeah,
Go
same
on,
story.
search them. And in fact, post COVID, I think this is the best thing that has happened after COVID. I know it was a bad time, but then something always comes out as a good positive point is that there's so much help available online. You can go to
Mm, yeah.
therapists, you can go to healers, you can go to coaches. You can, if you don't want to invest at the moment, then also there's so much free stuff available. Just go there. Once you decide that you are not the victim, then only things would change. And that decision has to come. If someone asks, comes to me and, they started telling me about the problem, I ask, who is the person responsible for it?
Mm,
Do you take some or any or full responsibility of where you are? If their
mm,
answer is no, I choose not to work with them. But
yeah.
even if you start, like you might say, I have XYZ rules in my home, rules, okay, which is not letting me come out of my situation. My first question would be, can you take some responsibility
Mm,
in your current situation? Do you want to take actions from here?
yeah, that's what.
Yes, you are in a bad situation, but are you ready to take actions? You cannot change anyone else
Mm,
except yourself.
yeah. Your inner
So the
reality
journey,
also reflects outward in the world, right? If you are
yes,
not ready to take responsibility for your own life, who else can? Who else
right,
will? Yeah.
right. So coming out of the victimhood would only require this acceptance of your situation and taking responsibility of your life
Mm,
in the sense that, okay, I don't have 100% things that are in my control, but can I take charge of those little things that are in my control? Can I
yeah.
reclaim my time and use it in a positive, better way? And
So,
again,
mm,
you don't need a rocket science manual to change yourself, but small steps and consistent steps. And even if there is a break, come back to it again. Then only you can make yourself up from all those broken pieces. So,
use all the resources available in your
yes,
hand. Yeah.
say internet is the biggest resource at the moment. But again, if you ask, I used to sometime, talk to the universe, I want this, I need this, show me a way.
Mm,
And then, yes, another thing that's coming to me is then be open to the things, no? See that there is help
yeah.
available. Sometimes we
Asking.
actually have resources. No one is asking. And then when it's available, look for it. Ki, haan, I have this solution. It is coming to me.
Acknowledge. Yeah.
Acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And then receive it gracefully and then move ahead. Work on something else.
So, Anubhuti, tell me, what would you say to women who feel they are stuck or unable to rise after setbacks in their personal or professional lives? If you could give one powerful piece of advice to the women listening, especially those who feel stuck in life, what would it be? Like,
So I'll give them one advice
mm,
and one actionable.
yeah,
Okay. So advice is you can be who you want to be. This is available to you. Okay. You can be who you want to be. And in fact, make it a mantra and repeat it to yourself that I want to be X. I can come out of this. So this is actually an affirmation. You can call it your mantra. Affirmations are like mantras also, right? So you
mm,
keep on repeating and then they manifest in your life. And one actionable point is this is coming from psychology. There is a step called IAAA. Okay,
mm,
where you identify where you are. Okay, then you accept the situation, and you can do it by writing it down again. I love writing, and I've done a lot of journaling. I've tons of books, like notebooks that I've written my feelings, my emotions, whatever I want to do. Past, present, future, everything is there. Attribute. Attribute would be checking why are you feeling that way, right? Like I'm angry. Why am I angry? Is it because someone said something to me? Or is it because the way they said it makes me feel something else?
mm,
Like you just said that, oh, you were a master's from IIT Roorkee and now you're sitting at home. What they said was a fact, but how I took it? Oh, I'm nothing. Oh, I am nobody.
mm,
How I took it was I was ashamed of myself. I questioned my life. So this is what I started feeling. Okay. So I'll take from this example only that accept that yes, this is your reality. Yes, I did masters from IIT Roorkee, and yes, now I'm a housewife sitting at home.
mm,
Accept. Attribute. Attribute would be why am I feeling hopeless around it? Why am I feeling angry about it? So the answers can be because I am not okay being here, because I cannot accept still that this fall has happened. And I see it as a fall. And I saw that as a fall. And now today I have the capacity to see it as the most beautiful thing that happened to me. Because this only spearheaded this change.
mm,
Had I continued my work with the UN, I would have postponed this healing of myself and helping others to maybe, to my retirement age. I would have done it for sure. That's this I know. Because once you are in the flow of being a victim, you cannot see yourself in a powerful light at all. So be gentle with this process of exploration. Okay, so attribute would be asking why you are being the way you are, why you're
mm.
feeling the way. Then third A is act.
Actually, yeah.
Okay, so identify, accept, attribute, and act. IAAA.
Mm,
This would be the thing, and continue with every part of you who you are not comfortable with.
yeah.
That can be a good start.
Mm. Yeah, what you said is very rightful. And when you say accept, and when you also understand your feelings, to add a fact
Yes,
that it is your past trauma, you had
yes,
that experiences somewhere in your childhood, your past life. So
yes.
until and unless we acknowledge what we feel, we understand what we feel, it is not possible for us to come out of it.
Come out. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes, yes. So,
yeah.
so true.
Yeah. So, what's your future vision? How do you see your healing journey evolving in the future? Do you have any specific goals or aspiration as a healer?
Okay. So again, as I said, from whatever I've said till now, this is what I feel that one aim would be to give people small actionable steps. That change is possible in life. You don't have to, again, as I said earlier, you don't have to read a rocket science manual
Mm.
if you don't want to. If you want
Mm.
to, please go ahead and read it. But any change is possible with small. And at times now, I when I consciously do things and I make my own rituals and all, I
Mm.
sometimes, like, oh, it's too simple, but then they work.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
my mission is helping people feel empowered,
Mm.
change their lives in a way that they love it. We just
Mm.
have one life, and
Yeah.
we are not living it. It's just happening to us. Why not live it? Why not
Yeah.
be happy? I have so many friends, my cousins, who are, at one point I thought that, working with an organization is a thing of repute. But now I've seen so many people who are not happy with where they are,
Mm.
howsoever fancy their position looks. So if you are not happy, what's stopping you from changing your life? You are stopping yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would give me 10 reasons which does not involve you. But at the end, it's you who's stopping yourself. And who can rescue you? Only you.
Yeah, exactly.
So the answer is only you. Okay.
Since you told about using resources, now can you share few resources which help you in your journey, which will also help
Yes.
our viewers?
Oh, yes. Actually, that's a very valid question here. Secret by Rhonda Byrne and the
Mm.
magic. So if you want to read the theory, go with the secret. But if you want actionable steps, go with magic. It's actually beautiful magic, and I've done it so many times.
Yeah, it's easy to.
And it's easy, and again, it also has simple actionable steps that you can
Yeah.
do within 5 minutes or maybe maximum 10 minutes. Okay, and the concept of magic, it's beautiful. They have given you daily activities to do.
Yeah.
Then you can heal
Easy
your
to
life
start
by
with. Easy to start with.
very easy. If you have not done anything, start with magic. This is the one thing that I would want you to start.
Mm.
Okay, then you can heal your life by losing. If you are someone who has a lot of physical ailments, okay, some diseases, then stop magic. Start with you can heal your life.
Mm.
Amazing book, and it has a workbook also that I've done. So you can get the whole combo, or maybe just the theory part, and then do the activities. Again, it has a lot of theory and activities, so
It's
you
all
can
about
heal your.
self love and focusing on our thoughts and us, right? Which is,
Yes.
yeah.
Catch the full conversation.
So nice of you, Anubhuti. Now, if our viewers want to contact you, if they have to find you, where they can find you? Because you are having different pages, right, with different artworks and stuff. So tell us about it and where can we find you?
So the healing persona right now is on Instagram by the name Anubhuti, Anubhuti dot Agarwal, Agarwal 02, Anubhuti.agarwal 02. So that is where you find the work of healing that I'm doing. And I'm doing something around food area also. I have done cooking classes for kids and food stalls, and also educating people about making healthier choices of food, introducing healthier foods to kids at a younger age. So that work can be found at Explore with Quirky Cook, EXPLORE with WITH, Quirky, QUIRKY, Cook, COOK. So we can maybe link these.
I'll
And
link it.
I'm
I'll
telling you,
link it.
so these are Instagram handles. This is the easiest way to find me.
So one takeaway which I am taking from this podcast is to choose yourself over and over
Yes.
again and taking action. That is something which I'm taking to my heart from this podcast, and I'm so grateful for being in our podcast. And for sure, we are going to meet up in upcoming series. So let's explore a lot more about your healing persona and your cookery stuffs too.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you and to reach out to a wider audience via you. I'm so grateful and honored to be sharing this space with you. And in fact, this also is opening up things for me that, reviewing my own journey is giving me, confidence also and a boost to be a better person. There's no end to it. It's always a journey, as you also
Yeah,
said
everything
earlier.
is
It's
a
always a
journey.
journey. Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe to our podcast. By liking and sharing, you'll help us reach more people on their healing journeys. Together, let's continue to heal, evolve, and shine. See you next time.
And don't forget to subscribe.